Investigate Ara's shoot. Okay.
Why, we've not seen so many visitors ever, really.
Oh, right.
What is this place now, a tourist attraction?
Sure is.
Closer inspection reveals many familiar faces. To what do we dusty old fellows owe the honor? Surely you're not just here to chat.
Nope.
You surmised correctly. We are here to carry out a rather enormous project.
Ho, enormous, you say? How large, then? Larger than the gaping void in our lives?
Maybe probably fill the gaping void in your lives.
Why, you've even put a smile on Goatee and Crocco's faces. All this activity is making for quite the special day. I know that laugh. Lilipar? What on earth are you doing here?
Oh, this is hilarious. Turns out good things really do come to those who wait. As long as you stay alive long enough. When did you three get locked up in here? And still you act all high and mighty, putting on a show for the younglings. Truly hysterical.
Why, you? Yes, I know. No need to shout. You're right, Lilipar. Goatee, Crocco, and I all have the same problem. But didn't King Deshret seal you away? How did you break free, and how did you get in here?
Who knows? Perhaps you can ask my master one day, should you ever get the chance.
That'd be me, by the way, sir.
Behold, the executioners of old. Some have turned into fragments residing in human bodies, and others are imprisoned eternally, leaving not a single shard behind. It's almost tragic, watching lowly prisoners like you act all self-important. Curiosity gnaws at you, doesn't it? Your interest in the outside world threatens to burst you at the seams.
Turf.
I'm starting to take a liking to this magic bottle lady.
Time is of the essence. Let's get down to business.
I mean, that's what I've been saying this entire time, but y'all keep having your weird superfluous conversations.
We come to you, O three ancient lords, to request your assistance on behalf of the Academia. If we can help you regain your freedom, then please consider lending us your aid.
Don't know that that's an outcome we really want, but sure.
As for precisely what we need your help with, it's a long story. So, to demonstrate our sincerity, we are prepared to first resolve the problems that plague the three of you.
I really don't think that's relevant in this time or place. I'm sure they would help us regardless.
All right, stop arguing, Crocco. And Goatee, don't you start. What's the harm in letting her speak? It's not worth getting so angry about. Forget about her. The three questions are the crucial thing.
You're still on about that.
But do you really have a way to answer them? You once answered the final question, Nefer, but the seal did not open. Unless, with the passage of time, you have found a new answer?
You could say so. When you first asked me what determines truth and falsehood, my answer was a liar's soul. Liars are the best at seeing through the falsehoods of the world.
True.
But if you want them to tell you the truth, you have to reach their soul.
I think that makes sense.
I found it quite compelling myself, and I told Nefer so. Unfortunately, it brought us no closer to liberation.
Because she's found a bigger answer?
Well,
Or better answer?
that's simply because it was my answer, not the one King Deshret was looking for.
And that's actually a good point. It was King Deshret who put 3 questions upon you.
Can you guess which answer Al-Ahmar wanted then?
Time. And that's not only the answer to the final question. It's the answer to all 3 of them.
Oh.
All things wax and wane with the passage of time. Love and hate eventually fade into nothing. Current affairs are always fraught with conflict and controversy. Only time can distinguish between right and wrong. You once described King Deshret as a proud man. I'd say that the prouder someone is, the more inclined they are to believe that only time is qualified to be their judge.
Time. Well. Indeed. Perhaps in building Aru, our king was in fact attempting to reverse time, to bring love and hate, right and wrong, the rise and fall of all things back to their point of origin.
Shouldn't you be freed, though? There we go. Oh, wow. I was not expecting that. So back.
This is the most eventful day I have experienced in a long, long time. You have my sincere gratitude.
Who the hell is goat? What Egyptian god is a goat?
Are those 3 of the 7 pillars?
Sure is.
Turns out the statues were quite faithful to the source.
You 3 seem to be in good spirits.
Prison can help a person grow and learn to cherish what they have. Nevertheless, after everything you've done for me, I sincerely hope you never have to experience it for yourself. Hello, Nefer.
It's good to see you, Thoth, the Ibis King.
Nice. Definitely puts my mind at ease, seeing you two getting along so well.
Should we maybe introduce ourselves, or...
Sure. I'm Sethos, the current leader of the Temple of Silence. This is General Mahamatra Sino, and this is the former Spantamad sage, Cyrus. But I'm guessing none of that means a whole lot to you.
Everything is equally new to us, in truth. We've been gone from this mortal world for longer than you can imagine.
Let's hold off on the introductions for now. We can always ask Nefer about you later. It'll give me something to talk about with my chosen disciple.
Can you just let Goaty speak? Because I don't know what his name is. There you go.
You're like a helpless parent.
Herishaf. Who the fuck is Herishaf? I do not know that name in any capacity. Herishaf. It helps if I could spell that correctly. Oh my god, typos galore. This is why I don't use my phone. Herishaf. Was a creator and fertility god who was born from primordial waters. He had a ram's head. Yes, but which mythology was he in? Okay, he is from Egyptian mythology. Why have I literally never heard of this man? He was identified with Ra and Osiris in Egyptian religion, as well as Dionysus. Okay. Right. Why have I literally never seen you or heard about you? Oh, this Wikipedia article is really quite small. I guess not many people cared about you, good sir. Soz.
Gods and people of yore are not necessarily welcome in today's world. Self-awareness is one of my finest qualities. I thought I ought to share its fruits with you two.
Is that so? Well, I think we'll take it in stride, just as we did with the 3 questions. Let's not forget, it was my persistence that won you both your freedom.
Okay, one of his 7 pillars. Literally nothing important there. Okay.
Fair point. I have to applaud your persistence.
Is that why he was the only one who could commune with the outside world, so to speak? Because he was the only one who had persistence? The others had given up?
And I must praise you for your wisdom. Now, state your wishes, young ones.
I'm sorry?
Why, your tremendous accomplishments deserve a reward, do they not? You must let us do something for you in return.
I just find it weird that they were released with such little fanfare and it was just quick and easy and over and done with. I didn't think we would ever have them released because it's such a big deal. Yet Nefer just walked in and went, yeah, time. And then they were just released and life continues on. It just doesn't have the magnitude I was expecting. It was too easy.
General Mahamatra, what do you think?
And I know I can say that because I'm not the one who just spent millennia locked away, but it seemed like it was a very simple solution to their problem.
I won't beat around the bush. Sumeru is facing a crisis the likes of which have never been seen before. And we need your help.
Don't know that I would agree with that statement. The likes of which have never been seen before. I would disagree. I'm sure the Gurubag crisis was pretty, fucking pivotal. The end of King Deshret's civilization, likewise. You're only saying that because you're the one seeing it. Sino, I'm not going to read that. It's not going to give me time.
Every calamity throughout the ages has been connected to us in one way or another, whether we were its cause or consequence.
Don't know if that's something to boast about.
Whatever is wrong with Ermin's soul, it severely affected the Dendro Archon. She fell into a coma and is currently receiving treatment from the Dendro Dragon.
The Dendro Dragon? I'm sorry, The Dendro Dragon is helping to heal the Dendro Archon?
Yeah, I know. It's wild. It's hard to wrap your mind around, but yes, that is indeed what is happening.
Not a pep, surely. Not vicious, cruel, a pep who possesses no virtues aside from her basic instincts. Ah, good heavens.
Oh, I shudder to think what could have caused Lesser Lord Kusanali to suffer such a plight. Still, why would the Dendro Dragon lend you her aid? She has always held nothing but contempt for the Archons. I suppose she and Kusanali must have some history.
I'm confused about the chronology. Shouldn't they have no knowledge of Kusanali? Because she came to power significantly later than when they were imprisoned, and they have no knowledge of the outside world when they're imprisoned. I mean, I know we had... No, it was Rukkhadevata. We had Rukkhadevata beforehand, and her memory's been removed so that everyone thinks that Kusanali is Rukkhadevata. But I still don't believe that Rukkhadevata would have been around at the time of the pillars. Wouldn't she have come later? Oh my gosh, how do I even find this out? Genshin chronology was no idea how to spell this. Devata alive at the same time as 3 pillars / Doth. There's so many typos in that, but I'm sure it will understand. Okay, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was alive at the same time as Thoth the Ivis King and the rest of the 3 7 pillars. Okay, so, right. Thousands of years ago, following the early Archon War, Rukkhadevata, King Deshret, and the Goddess of Flowers ruled Sumeria together as a trio of close, oath-bound god kings. Okay, I guess I forgot that Rukkhadevata was part of that trio. I remember King Deshret and the Goddess of Flowers being together because of their relationship that we discovered ages and ages ago. I forgot that Rukkhadevata was there, though. Okay. And then Rukkhadevata survived through all of that, sacrificing herself 500 years ago and becoming Kusanali, but then Rukkhadevata removed her presence through the Irminsul, and so everyone believes it was Kusanali. Hence why they believe they know Kusanali, because their memory of Rukkhadevata has been removed. Interesting that Irminsul can remove even their memories. Wild.
You can help us make history, too.
That's wild. Like, I guess in my mind, I was kind of thinking that some greater beings wouldn't be able to have their memories changed by Irminsul, but nope.
A smooth talker. Well said, lad.
Currently, no one can connect to Irminsul. We hope that by opening up Aru and making some modifications to it, we can use its technology to our advantage.
Unfortunately, Aru is an imperfect creation. King Deshret never managed to realize his full vision before his death. Much remains to be done if it is to be pitted against Irminsul itself. Besides, I hear your reasons, but to give Aru up over such would be...
The archaeological records clearly indicate that although Aru's construction took a long time, it was not beyond human means to achieve. Modern technology should solve the efficiency issues. We have no choice but to go all in on this.
This is by no means a threat. But the only reason we helped you escape from Aru was to gain the necessary leverage to negotiate with you. You asked us to state our wishes, and we have. Each one of us here needs your help, as do all the thousands of people living in Sumeru. They need you, and they need Aru.
What do we think, my fellow old fogies? Shall we lend our support or not?
Since you ask so nicely, naturally.
Naturally what? Are you for or against?
For?
I simply mean we shall do what comes naturally. You claim that you wish to open Aru. Know you then that the golden slumber created by King Deshret is preserved within?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
We do. We understand the risks involved.
Well, somebody here understands what that means. I didn't get it.
In all likelihood, the mortal world will never again be able to replicate King Deshret's work. Never will there be another chance to come so close to creating a utopia. Knowing this, are you sure of your decision?
We Our shore. Before people can dream, they must first live.
If your minds are made up, very well. We shall summon our erstwhile colleagues to discuss this further.
The other 4?
Saint Chesapank, Saint Bennu. Once you surrendered to silence
Bennu
and
is
were
a
buried with
phoenix.
King Deshret. But now, we invoke the right to awaken you with our voices.
Is Bennu going to be a phoenix? Or are we going to change what creature it is? I can feel a strange sensation. The ground is trembling, as if answering the call of the Goat King. Yeah.
Saint
Bird.
Bennu, responding to your call.
Though kind of not a
3
bird.
kings detected.
It's kind of a creature.
Initiating autonomous will.
It actually looks more like a griffin.
Saint Shezbank, responding to your call.
Never heard of that.
3 kings detected. Initiating autonomous will.
Why do you sound like AI?
Ah, Lord Herreshoff. What a long time it has been. I trust you are keeping well.
Then your trust in my well-being has long outlived your physical body. You have always opened with that same phrase, in life, death, and now even beyond.
Al Akmar is long gone. What is the reason for this meeting?
You're awake? Good. We are voting on whether to give the people of present-day Sumeru access to Aru and permit them to perform technological renovations. You have the right to support or oppose the motion.
But I thought there were 7 pillars. Where are the other 2? I thought you needed all 7 votes.
Aru is the pride of Al Ahmar. Opening Aru requires the unanimous consent of the 7 pillars. I hope you have a convincing reason to present to us.
Sumeru is currently in the midst of a major calamity. Let us not forget that while Al Ahmar was a stern ruler, he was also a teacher of wisdom. A god without his people shall cease to exist, and King Deshret's greatest wish was to provide protection for his people. Let us then honor our God King's wishes as we consider our decision.
I do not mean to mock these proceedings, but what is the point of a unanimous vote when we know that the last of the 7 pillars, the Dendro Dragon Apep, will never communicate with us?
What? A pep is one of the 7? Okay, we're still missing one though.
This will no doubt surprise your mechanical mind, and I have no intention of trying to persuade you it is true. But Apep is, in fact, healing the Dendro Archon as we speak.
Huh? Can someone attest to this? Do we have any proof?
I ask the 3 kings, can any of you vouch for the truth of this claim?
Naturally, the Ibis King, Thoth.
What?
Yeah.
It was Thoth's disciples who revealed the truth to us. We need not debate its veracity. Simply let Thoth bear accountability. That way the rest of us may have a clear conscience.
So if things are completely wrong based on the information provided to you, it's his problem.
Hereshef, you diabolical fiend.
I awakened our former colleagues for you, supported your opinion, and backed your decision. What sort of fiend would do that?
I miss the days when Hermanubis
Ah,
was still
Hermanubis,
around.
of course, is the
At times
7th.
like this,
Yes, right.
he would offer to take accountability.
Wait, if you're missing a 7th, how can you get a 7 votes in accord?
What are you trying to say? Is my word worth less to you than Hermanubis's?
Hypocrite though you are, Lord Thoth, you are humorous in equal measure. How could we bear not to associate with a character such as you? I, Saint Shezpank, approve the Goat King's proposal.
Since King Deshret is no more, we shall receive no reprimand for acting beyond our remit. Nevertheless, I sincerely hope that those before us understand the significance of what they intend to do.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think they do. They're only really thinking about this in the short term. They're thinking about how can we use this to fix the Akasha, to get us into touch with Irminsul and go from there to fix the immediate problem. They are absolutely 100% not thinking about any long-term ramifications from doing this, which could be problematic.
Remember, the moment that Aru is liberated, the myriad souls residing within the Golden Slumber will return, to the ley lines. And once
Ah.
the ley lines flow again, these souls shall in turn be received by Irminsul.
Why do you say that like it's a problem? Also, it's not going to happen until we fix the problem, because Irminsul is not currently receiving visitors.
To take this step is to bring the perfect afterlife created by our king to a permanent end.
Oh. Wouldn't that mean the goddess of flowers goes there too?
We understand that well, and we have decided to proceed regardless. Furthermore, the contemporary human perspective would contend that confining souls in this way is no act of benevolence. The deceased have a right to rest in peace.
You say that, but you're not one of the deceased, so technically you shouldn't speak on their behalf.
King Deshret's creation is clearly a place of rest and peace. It is just that many do not see it this way. But no matter. Saint Binu approves.
Hermanubis' representative and the Dendro Dragon Apep made their choice ahead of time. While the Goat King, Ibis King, and Crocodile King have also granted permission to liberate
Well,
Aru.
that's 7-4 then.
By the grace of His Majesty, guided by his wisdom and will, let the gates of Aru be reopened.
But we're gonna get a we're gonna get a choke point though in the ley lines because the information can't get processed by Irminsul. It's gonna be like a backlog. That can't be good.
What's this? Are we under attack?
We're creating more stress on the already fragile ley lines.
No. Wait, it's...
Oh, you gonna see your dad? These look like souls. Silhouettes approach us from within the light, then pass through our bodies like wind through a veil. Well, it would have been cooler if you showed and not told.
Here you are.
Told.
Through the sands of
Yeah,
time.
there's your daddy-o.
I see you.
Aww.
Father. Father, is it really you?
Your dad was cool.
It's Chet's father, Jibriel.
He was so
That's right.
cool.
He entered the golden slumber, didn't he?
I smell blood and sand on you.
Yeah, well.
You've grown. Strong as a wild beast, and without shedding a tear.
You have to leave, don't you? Please, just answer me this. What should I do for you?
This meeting is a blessing from the gods. My soul, once imprisoned along with that of Semail, is finally free. I am truly grateful for the chance to see you again. That the dead should meet the living is itself a miracle. One brief, precious moment is enough. Enough to set my heart at ease. Do not weep for me, Jet. I know you will accomplish many great things in your life. You will go further and climb higher than I ever did. All I ask is that you take good care of yourself.
Bye, Zabreo. You were still the coolest.
Father! Father! Father.
Hey, Chet. Do you want something to eat? Maybe it'll help you feel better.
I really feel like some of this quest line was written by a 12-year-old. What the actual fuck? Can we... Hello? We have big problems. We're in the middle of a serious mood and Paimon's are like, do you want something to eat? Like, this writing sometimes just really, really infuriates me.
I'm fine. Thanks, Paimon. It was just a little sudden. The chance to see my father again meant the world to me. He was trapped in the golden slumber for our sake. And now, after all this time, he can finally rest in peace. I'm glad. It's a huge relief.
You've grown strong, Jet. More than enough to fend for yourself.
Yeah. I'll leave the past in my memory where it belongs. My family, the good times and the bad.
See, I don't think we needed to dwell on this either. She should have just had her moment, taken a moment to herself, and then we moved on. Like, we don't need to speak words to indicate that we're processing things, we're processing emotions, we're processing thoughts. We could have conveyed this with just a meaningful silence.
Goodbye, Father.
And she'd already said goodbye to her father. He already died a long time ago. I think it would have been more important if she had just held that moment to herself.
Ah, me, what a touching reunion that was. It seems we did a good deed today.
I kind of feel like you just ruined the moment there, sir.
We three retainers, once imprisoned for our iniquity, are surely the least qualified to judge whether this deed is good or bad. Either way, Aru is open. Now you have your opportunity, and with it, whatever trouble may ensue.
I kind of wish we never saw these three freed. Not because I don't like them or whatever. It felt like when they were imprisoned, they were on such a large magnitude. They were so powerful. They were these great, epic beings of history that, yeah, we could interact with Thoth, kind of, through the cat. But they still felt like great beings of power. And now that they're freed and they're standing in front of us, they seem like just weak, useless creatures that are on the same level as the rest of us. That the magnitude is gone. They don't seem special. They don't seem powerful or important or, you know, up on a pedestal. They seem very plain and bland almost, which ruins my, like, emotion's not the right word. My investment in them, I suppose. They're no longer interesting characters. They just become mundane. So I kind of wish we didn't free them.
Although
they were cooler where they were.
Created by a god, human craftsmanship was nevertheless required to build the gate that connects it to this world. Perhaps the relationship between gods and humanity follows a similar principle.
There's no majesty about them. They're just basic designs. I don't know.
As for your proposed renovations, we cannot determine which functions to keep or discard. Proceed as you see fit, but please entrust the task to your most accomplished scholars, or Bennu will be most displeased.
Bennu doesn't even exist, bro. He's dead. We'll do what we need to do.
It matters not. The Ibis King shall be accountable if any problems arise. Ibis,
Lol.
You chose to take on disciples, and so it follows that you must accept the risks of associating with humans.
If I'd known you'd be like this, I would have locked all of you away in Aru, never to leave again for all eternity.
They are pretty insincere for the fact that he just freed them, you know?
All of us? What does this have to do with me?
Good point. You aren't the one prodding him.
Vilify me no further. Scholars, since you have liberated Aru, allow me to present you with a gift. Using Aru's power, we shall install a defense mechanism at our king's mausoleum. You must be guarded even against Irminsul itself. This shall afford you some convenience, unseen and unheard. From this moment forth, none may by sight or hearing perceive anything said or done within the mausoleum.
Amazing. And all this is achieved just with the power of Aru?
With technology from the heavens, the possibilities are endless. Just because King Deshret did not use it for this purpose does not mean that it cannot be done. So, marvel away. This is the reward you have earned.
All right. Well, that resolves the issue of confidentiality. What about the technical side? Do we have the manpower?
Why, yes. I've already contacted them. They'll be here soon.
Wait, that's the end of 9? What, we just leave it there? What? What a strange space to leave it. What? It doesn't even come to a conclusion. What? Yeah, okay. It just kind of like stops in the middle of nowhere. That's interesting. How would one even get back here? I can't teleport out, which means I have to physically leave. How do I physically leave? Well, put that back on so I know which way not to go. I just, you know, want to look at my achievements and shit. So, how do I leave? The door, there's no door. Can I not leave? Is it like forcing me into the next part of the quest? Because it doesn't let me leave. But the fact that there's no door to leave by has me concerned that I am in fact going to have to redo some of this to come back in, because I really wasn't looking to go straight into part 10. I need to edit part 9 before I worry about part 10, and quite honestly my throat hurts because I think I spoke too loud the entire time. So I don't really want to progress with this particular part, but I don't want to re-experience that shit if I go back in. Like, yeah. Nah, I might just leave. Okay, well, I guess I will give my thoughts on part 9, even though I feel like it didn't really have a resolution. I liked it and didn't like it, I suppose, in equal measure. As I've said at various points, there's no sense of emergency, despite the fact that the world, as Samaria has come to know it, is about to end, essentially. And it's a big crisis. We've got refugees moving to places, and no one seems to be in any sense of haste. We're having all these really pointless peripheral conversations, which, slice of life, have no place here. We should be trying to go ahead, think up solutions, come up with, you know, answers to problems. We should just be focusing and just forward momentum. Instead, all these characters are laughing and having these side conversations. There was no place for it here. You're breaking the tension, and I don't want the tension to be broken. I want the tension to be actually ratcheted up. I want the tension to get higher the closer we get to the point of the problem. The closer we get to Irminsul, it should be getting tenser and tenser and tenser until we can't wait to just get there and find out what the fuck is actually happening. But instead, we have all these moments that just destroy any tension that has been built up. And so you've got to start building it again. But then it will completely destroy that. And then you have to start building it again. And it's frustrating because it means that there's no emotional connection to what's happening. There's no emotional investment because there's no tension. So it's frustrating in that regard. I like the premise of what is happening. The fact that Il Dottore has somehow, uploaded his consciousness through the ley lines, which is sifted back to Irminsul, and now Irminsul is being attacked from within. Love this premise. This is fantastic. I love the fact that we're going back to Samaria for this because that's where we first encountered Il Dottore. I like the whole thing with Nahida and Nahida being affected, and we're just trying to help her. Like this, that's all great. The premise and build-up of it is great. The fact that we're all, evacuating Samaria, wild, completely wild, but it's dramatic, and that's what we need at this point because the stakes need to keep getting higher. So it's cool that we've got this massive refugee crisis, although I think they really didn't display it very clearly because there was never any tents. There weren't really enough people present. There wasn't enough concern from the local populace, so I think they dropped the ball on that one. But the concept of everybody fleeing was great. It all started great. But then we started going downhill. I cannot speak for the intentions of the writers of Genshin, whether they intended all these different plot points that were used throughout Samaria, and whether they had originally planned when they wrote them for all these plot points to come together and be meshed together like this and used in this fashion. If it is something that they intended to do, then I feel like they've done it pretty terribly and very sloppily. I don't think there's any precision or anything great about how they have brought these plot points together. What it feels like is they've gone, how can we prolong this quest in the longest way possible? I know, let's revisit all these plot points we've already covered before, regardless of whether they go together or not. Slap them together and call it a day. That's what it feels like. Did we have to go back to Gudabad or whatever it was called? No, it was an absolute waste of time. Do we need to bring Jet back? Absolutely not. She's had zero relevance so far. Don't get me wrong. Love Jet. As I said, she's like one of the best NPCs we've ever had. Her world quest was one of the best world quests we've had in the game. Jet's great. I'm so happy to see her again. but it doesn't feel relevant. It doesn't feel like she needs to be here, that her presence is indispensable. The only reason she is here currently is so that you could get that moment with her father as he came out of the golden slumber. There is zero other reason to date for her to be here. Will that change in Act 10? Don't know. Haven't got that far yet. But just looking at the cause and effect of Act 9, her presence is irrelevant. That moment when we decided to bring Nefer back. Is her presence here essential? Yes. The way we brought her back? No. I guess they were trying to build up the way she was trying to get over her hate of what happened in Samaria and have some care for Samaria, blah, 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 blah. Therefore, to give her the answer that she could give to the Ibis King. Like, I get what they were trying to do. It wasn't necessary. Because she's been asked by this question. Nope. She's been asked this question by Thoth ages ago. She's had so much time to think about her answer and how her answer changes with time. And then we went back and did essentially a story quest, even though it was not a story quest and it was an Archon quest, with Nefer. And we learned all this about her history and how she had this interaction with the Thoth King. So I feel like we've already traveled that distance. We've already done the heavy lifting for her character development. We didn't need to see her actively coming to this conclusion with the conversation with Nicole to then have us see her give her answer to Thoth, which is the answer that freed him. Like, it was redundant. We know that she's had this question for a long time. We've seen her emotional progress in direct relation to this question. I did not think that was necessary at all. It felt like they were just buffering it out. As I said, I'm not a big fan of the 3 deities, not like deities, but entities being released from Aru because there's just no majesty about them. They just look like basic bitches now. Like, they're not like big. There's no magic swirling around them, like anything that you would attribute with power, which is what you would expect to see from essentially the next tier down from King Deshret from millennia ago. They just look really, I mean, the design was cool, but like they don't look majestic. They don't look powerful. They just look like regular folk with creature heads. So I'm disappointed that was a plot point. And again, it seems like they've just grabbed different lines and through lines of plots we've had and just smushed them all together to make it work. It doesn't feel like this was the original intention for the 3 imprisoned entities. And as if it was, as I said, it's very ham-fisted, not well done. So I liked the start. I liked the execution at the start. I like the intention of where we're going with Act 10 with Erdmansul. I just really don't like how we're getting there. The whole getting there just feels like filler. It doesn't feel like it all comes together nicely, that it all blends, that each piece of the puzzle has a purpose and is meant to be there. It doesn't feel like that. So I kind of... You get some good things like improved cinematography and the good start of a story, and then you just get bogged down by some things that aren't really good, and you kind of wish that they'd learned in the last 6 years of writing the game that they would get better. But, you know, sometimes you just got to be disappointed. So, good and bad. See what I did there? Yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. It's some good and some bad. Hopefully, once we finally actually get some plot actually happening, things actually moving and progressing, and Act 10, hopefully we're going to get better. But I mean, it has to, right? I mean, you can't go any lower than this. And we have to get to Erdmansul, which is going to be the culmination of all of this. So, you know, it has to be better than this, surely. But hopefully the execution is better. I mean, I'm not thrilled about the fact that we're bringing the Akasha system back, because I was never thrilled about it to start off with, because that was the start of the high-tech stuff that was central to the plot. Yes, it's the key word there, central to the plot. It is what it is. Yeah, so good and bad. I'm going to just say leave. To hell with it. I'll figure out those problems later. And then I will... Oh, Jesus. That's where you put me? Lol. And get all my rewards. And then there should be one for having completed 9. Yeah, oopsies. Didn't mean to click on that. And then take me to... Oh, and everything's fine now. Right, because we're not in story mode. Yep. Go see Catherine, get my rewards, and I guess put a wish or 2 on Lowen. I can't imagine I'm going to get him with such low pity.
Add Astra.
It's fine.
Thank you for
I mean, I just find his personality cool, which has absolutely nothing to do with him as a character, but, you know, whatever. It's kind of cool. What are you screaming at me for? What do you want of me? Oh, because I completed Act 9. Yes, I comprehend. Right. Alrighty. The achievements that I couldn't see because they disappeared very quickly. We have, upon a speck in the eye, the illusions bloom. Incendiary dreams often foretell danger. All your waves and breakers have swept over me. Breakers? It's a very technological term. The forces of life shall always find their resonance. Don't know what that was about. The pen uplifted, the scrolls dried. Parting is but a long-drawn reunion. Don't know what that one was for either. As all falls to emptiness, it's completing the Archon quest. Nice. Not a hell of a lot of, no. Oh, I suppose get rid of it. Not a hell of a lot of, Primogem's been given out here. So, I don't think there's anything I can even get here. One wish. That is woeful. Plus the extra for the quest. Ah, well. I guess we're just building... Really? 2 in a row? I guess we're just building up pity for the next character, which is fine. And I've no... Yeah, that's what I thought. Ah, well. It is what it is. I guess next time I play, which will be in a few days. I'm not going to make the deadline. The deadline of... 4 days. And 2 hours. Although, isn't that just 9? I'm sure 10's included in that. 4 days, maybe. Play on Sunday. What's today? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So it's Tuesday. And the reset on Wednesday. I might. I suppose it really depends on how long it takes me to get through 10. Was 10 the longer conquest or was 9? I don't recall what you guys said. But anyway, those are my thoughts. I'm sure there's going to be many disagreements. But I suppose you can at least tell me why you disagree with me, the way I explain why I disagree with what's happened or why I don't like what's happened. But yeah, I guess next time we'll be playing the last part of the Archon quest. Huzzah!